Hey guys, welcome to Shojib Tutorials. This is the part 2 of the old Unity system, object-oriented programming versus pure ECS plus job system. Let's get started. Disable the old system by unchecking this. And I'm going to create a new empty object and outside and name it pure ECS. Okay. Let's create materials. Create material, mat cube, which is the color. The difference between the materials is going to be almost the same. So for the pure material, you don't forget, you have to check this, enable GPU instancing. So this is the only difference. To create ECS projects, you have to do is go to edit, go to project settings and go to player, and on the right side in the inspector window go to other settings. Right in there you'll see the configuration scripting runtime version. This needs to be changed to .NET 4.x equivalent. If you don't have 4 or later, you have to install it. Make sure you have that. Okay, so when I choose that, and I have to restart my Unity and say make sure you save it. Alright, so that part is done. Also, if you go to your asset, right click, show in Explorer. In the packages manifest, you have to, and I'll probably link for this so you can copy and put it in your manifest. Now you're set. You're ready to write some code. It says system. So first we're going to create our move system. So we're going to create a new script and call it ECS move system job component system. Before we can use this, we have to transforms. We need entities. We would need jobs. So public struct, it's going to be ICD move speed, and this is going to be I component. That's why I call it ICD data. This is the data. Okay, and this is our public float move speed, private struct move job. This is job, so it's going to be I job process component data, and then we're going to use this data, and we would need position as well. Position is part of Unity transforms. Public float delta time, public void execute, and then we're going to use reference for this, and I'm going to call it speed, reference for position, pause, and then I'm going to do the same thing we did. Speed dot move speed times delta time. All right, so that's the fallen cube. We wouldn't need the update method, so we're going to create a protected override job equal new move job. There you go. We're going to use the same code for rotation system as well. Alright, so I have to close this, that's for sure. Alright, so I'll have to restart my Unity, I guess. Okay, so This is the semicolon. Oh, okay, yeah, so I gotta stop doing this. So this is uppercase. So that fixes this. And what's wrong with this? So the problem is here is that this image position, I need to reference position, not image position, and that does the so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create a rotation system, and pretty much I'm going to use the same code here. I'm just going to rename. You can do this. You can copy and paste and just rename, fix the class name, and this is going to be rotation speed, and this is going to be rotation speed as well. So I'm just renaming, copying and pasting from the move system and just renaming to rotation system, rotation speed and rotation speed. And so, and just you just have to replace this with ICD rotation piece, and this is going to rotation. Same thing for here, right? Speed, rotation. This is going to rotation speed, but rotation speed has a different logic. So we're going to use this is going to be ROT. Since it's this, I'm going to say ROT dot value equal. We're going to use the math. Let's add mathematics here. There you go. That's one. I should be fine. Math. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now you have to do is just rename this. So this is a rotation job, right? Rotation job, right? So it's going to be rotation job. Okay, yeah, also you have to make sure you rename this rotation job as well. So because this is a rotation job system, rotation job here as well. And yeah, we are set with this. Now we are going to create our system manager. So let's create another script called ECS system manager. Okay, so in here we can inherit some of the stuff like all this. We'll be using all of that most of the times. Transforms, mathematics, entities, jobs. We'll be using collection as well. I think 3 public variables which will be assigning from the Unity editor. So it will be text. This is the cubes counter, right? Remember we had that for the old system. And we have in number of cubes to spawn. We had that for the old system as well. Then the game object, which is the cube, one private int, and we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna do spawn cubes. We can even copy the code from here. So we're going to copy the update and spawn methods and put it in our system manager right there. So start, same code from the old system. When you press space, it's going to spawn this. remove all this code from the loop, and then we're going to create an entity manager. World active get or create manager. We want to keep this smaller so that it's not the same. Entity manager. We're going to create a native array for our cube array. Then we have number of entities to spawn, and then number of cubes to spawn. And then we're going to use this allocator temp. You can use also, I think, allocator temp job. Number of cubes spawn. Okay, what's wrong? It doesn't exist in the current context. What? Misspelled it. Dot instantiate. And we're going to instantiate the cube object and the cube entity manager. Add component data. Then cube array of index I, new IC move speed is going to be, I think we had, what was the move speed? It was like, we're going to copy this and we're just going to rename the ICD move speed to rotation speed, and this is going to be rotation speed float 3. So there you go, the starting position. Now we're going to use our entity manager to set component. Same thing, set component data, cube array at index I. So we can say it has the value equal the starting position. We have to do that, otherwise you're going to get an error saying that you forgot to dispose it. We need the Unity Engine text, not UI, remember? Right? See, I misspelled it, that's why. So it's going to be text, so this is fine. All right, so we're almost done. Actually, we're done with the scripting. Big chunk of coding in here. So let's go back to our Unity and let's see what we can do now. I'm going to add the system manager that we created, the ECS system manager, and then we're going to bind this to this. Now we have queues counter, number of queues. We also have to create another empty and name it ECS cube, and then we're going to attach mesh instance. That's a mesh instance renderer. We have to add 3 more components to this. So it's going to be transform matrix component, and then the position component. Remember, we're using the position component in the move system, and we also have to add the rotation component because we use that in our rotation system. Let's reset the transform. We have to assign a couple of things. Mesh instance renderer has some serialized data, so we need mesh. Our mesh is going to be a cube, right? And our material is going to be the materials that we created. Remember, it's a pure materials, and this check box has to be checked. So we're going to assign this here, and then we should be set. Now we can drag this and put it in our prefabs folder and remove it from the scene. So we can go to our pure ECS system and add the text. cubes counter here. Number of cubes is going to be 1000, and the cube is going to be the ECS cube. Okay, we're close to that. Let's check out the scene. Where's our, let's fix a couple of things. Let's see, make sure the text is right. Text is here. All right, let's drag it and put it in the right position here, and go to our system. In, oh, there you go, it's showing properly. Let me change the color to yeah, maybe white. All right, so this is the cubes counter. It shows how many cubes are shown, and this is the FPS. So shall we have the old system turned off, we have the new system on. Okay. All right, what happened? Why it changed? Let me see. This one. Okay. All right, let's play. All right, though. So we have 1000 cubes. We have frame is like 80. That's at 5070 plus FPS. See how smooth it is? Let's add 10,000. Is about 70 frames per second. Let's do 15,000, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,000. We're doing about 60 frames per second using pure ECS and job system. Let's do 25. We're still above 60 frames per second. This looks beautiful. Let's do 30,000 cubes, above 60 frames per second. Let's do 35. We're still above 60 frames per second. Let's do 40,000 cubes. We are still above 60 frames per second. Let's do 45. We're still above 60 frames per second. Let's do 50,000 cubes. Still above 60 frames per second. Oh my god, this is going to be so beautiful. 55,000 cubes, above 60 frames per second. 60,000 cubes, above 60 frames per second. Let's do 70,000 cubes, above 60 frames per second. Let's do 75,000 cubes. We have still above 60 frames per second. Let's do 80,000, still above 60 frames per second. Let's do 100,000. We are at 100,000. We are below 60 frames per second, but 55 FPS. What? 5,000? No, 50,000. So we are spawning 50,000 at once every time I press space. Okay, so we're doing above 60 frame. We do 100,000 is about 50. We do 150,000 is 32. All right, there you go. Now it's going to, it's 200,000 is 22 frames per second. This is 100,000. This is above 50 frames per second. Not bad. Very good. Now we're doing 150,000 is 34. Yeah, so the POEC system and the job system really works in Unity. I mean, it's really pain to code it. It's not easy anymore. I mean, you have to do a lot of coding in order to get this simple thing to work. But I think if you have a project, you can do like the old way, then you can slowly convert into the new pure ECS and job system. That might work. But yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it though. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section below. Until next time, goodbye.